right, hey everyone, we're back. It's 2.5 Chicks with Tess, Monica, and Brian. We decided we're going to come up with a couple of new segments. We want to talk about the dumbest thing we've seen this week and the sexiest thing we've seen this week.
I'd like to go first because this was a peach. It's what social media is all about, right? So Florida teens break into an $8 million home and they posted it all over social media. So there was a bunch of kids in Florida. They break into this mansion and they're having boxing matches, and every single kid has got a phone on and they're showing their faces and their peace signing and all this stuff. So definitely not the way we were raised. Thank God there was no cameras around when we were younger. I'd like to think that we were a lot smarter than to do that when we were kids.
So wait, they just broke in to do what? Hang out?
It was a party. They had a huge party in this thing. You can look it up online if you just type in Florida teens break into $8 million home.
Yeah, that's so dumb I won't look it up online. But I was at a music show this weekend, and there was a girl in line behind a friend of mine to get food at a taco truck at the show. And the girl steps up behind my friend and starts whispering in her ear. She doesn't know her, total stranger. It's like, invading her personal space, and starts whispering in her ear about what she's going to get. And my friend turns around like, what the heck? And she starts talking to the girl, and the girl wants to give her a fake name. Let's not use let's introduce ourselves to each other, but let's not use our real name. What the hell? Why? You get in my personal space and start talking to me, but you don't want to tell me your real name.
Yeah.
That's
dumb.
Just dumb. Monica, you're very quiet.
The dumbest thing I saw this week was against myself.
Oh.
I got a ticket because
indecent
I
exposure.
I got a ticket because I didn't put a reminder in my phone to tell me to go inspect the stupid fucking car. $131.
And that sticker in the corner of the windshield every single day wasn't reminder enough.
No, I ignore it completely. That's why it's the dumbest thing.
There you go.
Right.
Well, I'm proud of you for admitting it, because we've all been dumb before like that.
Absolutely. Very cool. Okay, well, sexiest thing that you've seen recently.
I saw this trailer for a movie called Bros, and I just thought it was so sexy. I want to see it. It looks so cute. Movie. I hate rom-coms. I'm anti-rom-com, but I want to see this rom-com.
Yeah, but what's the difference about this rom-com, though, Monica?
It just seems so funny and so different.
Right, but...
That was sexy?
It didn't seem like... I always hate rom-coms that have like a formula where the couple meets and then one of them is holding a lie against the other one, and then the whole movie is about them trying to hide the lie, and then at the very end they find out what the truth is and they break up, and then at the very last scene of the movie they make up or they find a way to be together after they overcome whatever the other one did that was wrong. And This one didn't seem that way. This one was genuine. It looked genuinely funny where these two people were trying to date.
What was sexy about it?
The two guys. They just were very sexy together.
There it is. So that's the piece we were missing. Yeah. It's a story about two guys. Very, very cool.
Very good chemistry.
Mine's a little bit different. I've been really wanting to see, I saw a trailer for something I've really been wanting to see for a long time. So it was a trailer like Monica's, but it wasn't a movie. It was for the erotic Cirque du Soleil show Zumanity in Las Vegas.
Okay. Never heard of it, but
I watched some YouTube clips. So I'm a big fan of Cirque du Soleil anyway, and if you haven't seen it, Cirque du Soleil is like a very unique artistic show where there's dancing and acrobatics and aerial work and all that, and just a lot of people connecting with their bodies. And this is Cirque du Soleil, but with an erotic theme to it. And it plays at New York Casino in Las Vegas. And I've been wanting to go for a really long time. And I was watching some clips on YouTube of the show. And now I want to go even more.
Oh, cool. Now you're making me want to see it.
Yeah. Check out the trailers on YouTube. It's pretty cool.
I will. You have to put that in the notes and then send me a text later on so I could check it out.
I will do that.
So, like you said, everybody's idea of sexy is different. So here I am. I'm usually the most perverted, right? And I'm usually the one with the most comments. But I'm going in a different direction. The sexiest thing I saw last week, I brought my girl with me back to New Jersey, and we took her back to the airport because she left a week before I left. And the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Here, this woman gets out of the car. She puts the baby in a stroller. No, to say the baby, the kid's 6 years old. Puts the kid in the stroller. She packs up the car seat. She's got the stroller, the car seat, the kid. She's got 10 different things, a huge bag, and she's just making it happen. She just like nothing's stopping her. She's rolling around with about 200 pounds worth of equipment that she has to check, and the baby's sitting in the stroller. And I just thought, man, that is one sexy ass woman right there. Just strong, independent, making it happen. So
it's kind of interesting how things that aren't typically sexy can become sexy when you really, really like someone.
It's so true. So let's segue into our topic of the week.
Yeah, our topic of the week today, we decided to talk about celebrity crushes. And I have to say that I didn't find this one to be an easy one to prepare for because I think there's just so many beautiful people out there.
This is true.
I actually have some people on Instagram that I follow just because they're good looking. When I'm scrolling through Instagram, it's nice to see them pop up. One of the ones that popped up to me that I wouldn't have had on my list was Hilary Duff. And I was like, wow. It was one of those things where I liked a page and it was a suggested page and I wasn't following Hilary Duff. And when I think Hilary Duff, I think child actor.
Right.
I didn't realize that she's like in her mid-30s now. And I click on her page and she's done this naked photo shoot for some magazine. And I'm like, what the fuck? When did Hilary Duff become so damn sexy? So,
shit, now I want to see that.
I know.
Tell me what magazine it was for.
Click.
Yeah. Just go to Instagram and look her up. It's right there. She has like 4 or 5 pictures on the post of her like nude. And I was like, I mean, obviously it's like, it's the side of her body. It's not like dead on frontal, but it's like, and then I saw her face and I was like, oh my gosh. So anyway, really shocked me pleasantly.
All right. That shocked me too, because I don't look at Hilary Duff that way at all. That's not my cup of tea. So, but I'm glad that, she was able to throw herself out there and expose herself for you to enjoy.
Yeah, my daughter used to watch Hilary Duff when she was younger, so I get that text because I used to watch her when she was in the, what was it, Lizzie McGuire show?
Yeah.
She was great. But then I also saw a show a few years ago, and I never finished it. I have to catch up on the seasons, called Younger, where she was this like 20-something-year-old woman living in New York with her best friend who was a 40-year-old something woman pretending to be 28 years old. It was it's a great show. But that's where Hilary Duff, I saw her learned to see her as sexy. She was no longer that little girl from Lizzie McGuire. Right. She was a complete woman. In that show, she was very sexy and she was smart and funny and brilliant. So
yeah.
I thought it was really awesome that you just came out firing with a woman, Tess. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. I happened to find that I noticed the women a little faster. I like them both the same,
me too. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
So what I did was a little bit different. I numbered my celebrity crushes. So my number one celebrity crush is Shay Mitchell. So she's a 37-year-old lady. She was in You, that TV show You. She was in Possession of Hannah Grace, Pretty Little Liars, that kind of stuff. And she could get me to bathe in blood and go shark diving. She can use an 8-inch strap-on dildo with me and don't even need lube. That's how much
she wants.
She can get whatever she wants. That's my number one celebrity crush.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't do mine in that much of an order, but that's very cool. That she's beautiful.
Oh,
she's exotic.
Yes. She was in the first season.
Yes. Peach Salinger.
Yes.
Peach.
Yes,
yep. Right.
Oh, that Peach would have been so nice.
Beautiful.
Oh.
She is.
Very cool. That's awesome.
Well, since we're on the topic of women, I mean, I am not gay. So most of the time that I look at women, I look at them because I'm saying I wish I had that. I wish I had her hair. I wish I had her ass. I wish I had her thighs.
I say the same thing, Monica.
I was just going to say.
Not physically having it, touching it, but on me.
Welcome to the party, Monica.
There are some women that if I were to meet them, women's celebrities, I would convert to women. Anne Hathaway.
Oh.
I just think she's just so gloriously beautiful. She's got the red lips, the beautiful, doleful eyes, the alabaster skin, the dark hair. It's like when she was in Les Miserables, there was a scene where she was walking around with the cape, you know, those hooded cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
And they put her face at an angle, and you just saw her face looking out at the side of an angle. And she's just stunningly beautiful.
Yeah, she's very classic.
She has a beautiful smile.
Yes, and I don't even know what her figure looks like. I don't even care. I just think
I
that
do.
if she
really
started
nice.
talking to me, I would just tell her to marry me.
I like what you labeled things marry and sex and all that stuff, Monica. That was hysterical.
I love her facial expressions when she's smiling. The way she looks at people. Like Love and Other Drugs, when she was in that one with Jake Gyllenhaal, if you haven't seen that movie. The facial expressions that she has in that movie are just, she's so expressive with her. Just the look in her eyes and that smile. I don't know. I just find it a very unique quality of hers.
Yeah.
And you know,
really
in real life, she's actually very perky, always trying to please, always trying to goes overboard for whatever she's doing. And people criticize her for that. Like there's a large segment on the internet. Well, they put in comments about her, how like she's annoying and, you know, always wants to be a people pleaser or whatever. But I actually find that endearing about her. She tries, she cares about what she's doing.
I have this weird thing I do in that vein, Monica, when I like somebody in something, or even if they're a bad person in a villain in a role, I have to go and watch interviews with them on YouTube, like on talk shows and stuff, to see what they're like as a person. Does anybody do that, or is that just me?
Only certain people. I do not do that for the younger people that I like, because then I see how young they are and how doofy they are, and it just like
it ruins it.
Yes, it ruins it for me. So I do not look at interviews of young people.
I don't listen to interviews of celebrities at all. I don't care about that. I only want to see them on the screen, and I don't care what they do at home with their families, their friends. I don't care how they prep for the movies. Show me the movie and move on with your life. I don't need to know anything about your background story. I just need to know who you are in character.
But you follow a lot of them on Instagram, Brian.
For the look, Monica. I'm waiting for those pictures of the nudies and the side boob and all that other stuff. I ain't in there to hear about their lives, you know.
It's different than an interview. I totally get it. Did you just say side boob?
Yeah, I did say, because that's a sexy picture.
That's actually a very sexy look.
It is.
Showing the side boobs.
For sure.
I thought you were going to mention me. Speaking of a side boob.
People are wearing something nowadays, the ladies with boobs. They wear they don't show the side boob, they show the under boob. It covers up the top, but the under
like
part
the
of the boob
midriff?
is exposed. That, I think that's very sexy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sexy because you always look waiting for that little glimpse of areola. I'm like popping my head. Oh, come on. Just put your hands up.
What else
signal touchdown. Do something.
I couldn't do that though.
What, wear it, you mean?
I couldn't do the under boob exposure. They would all fall down all the way to my stomach.
Monica, at our ages, we don't want to half cover anything.
Yeah.
We need full coverage. I need shorts down past my knees now because I don't want anybody to see anything, okay?
That's funny.
Well, since we just did 3 women, let's do 3 men. I love this guy. He was in Desperado. He's the voice of Puss in Boots. Antonio Banderas. He was the shit back in the day, right? He was one of those guys when he was having a sex scene. I thought, man, that lady's lucky. You know, that he was that sexy with that long hair, that Spanish accent. It was wonderful. And I'd also just love to listen to him do audiobooks. If he did any book on audio, I would actually listen to that.
You know what? That's a thing.
Have a good voice.
Liking somebody for their voice is totally a thing.
I agree. There are men that if I hear them talking and their voice is deep, it's like instant turnaround. Like, oh, I don't even care what they look like. I just want to see them because I like their voice.
And sometimes you're not even attracted to them. Like I'm not attracted to Will Arnett, but I love his voice.
Oh yeah, he does have a great voice.
He's got a great voice.
Right? He's not that bad looking either. Will Arnett's
he's a handsome guy.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy.
For sure.
Isn't he Lego Batman?
Yes. He's awesome.
Probably
He's awesome in that role.
You and I have one in common, Monica.
Henry Cavill?
Yes. He's my number one.
Isn't he the Superman dude?
Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a handsome dude.
He's in my Mary
goodness.
category. I would like to meet him and date him, and I would find a way to have his babies again if I could.
Okay.
I don't think that there's anyone on the planet that couldn't objectively say that's a beautiful specimen of a man. I just don't.
You know, I feel like he is, but like I don't find him that interesting outside of the way he looks. Like I don't.
Are you kidding?
I don't know. It's just me. I don't know. That's just me. You have someone in your life that always says there's that person you'd want to have a beer with. I wouldn't want to have a beer with him.
Well, one of the things I like about him is that, from what I've seen on social media and interviews and such, is that he is very much into causes, not like charities. Mm-hmm. And he's really, really committed to the upkeep of his health and his body for his movies, and he just seems like the nicest guy in the world. He just seems authentically like a super nice guy. Maybe
it's because I don't, have a vagina, but I just don't feel like leaning towards listening to him talk beyond, being Superman. So you guys had a shared guy. All right.
We had a shared guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
My number 2 female is Maggie Q. She was from this TV show, a movie called The Protege. It was really good, by the way. You guys should watch that. She was in Balls of Fury. She was Nikita. She was my number 1 until Shay Mitchell came around. She can get me to do all the things that I would do for Shay, because that's how much I still kind of love her so much. I think that Maggie Q could actually help me get married again. I would marry Maggie Q.
She'd have you very healthy too, because she's really into eating healthy.
I was just going to say.
Well, that's convenient.
0% fat on her body almost.
Hey, I'd be into eating her.
I only know her from all of the social media commercials she does about fixing your gut health.
Yeah, no, I've seen her acting. She's pretty good. She's beautiful. She's absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Well, yeah. She
is. That's my number 1/2.
I don't know if I should just name one name or if I should name a category of a bunch of names.
Do what you want, Monica. Feel free to do what you want.
Okay. So I'm just going to name the men that I just want to have crazy sex with. I don't care about knowing them. I don't care about, what they do for a living, if they're nice people or not. But when I see these men, if I ever saw them, I would want to jump them. So it's better I never meet them.
Well, I don't think any of these guys are going to be working at a kiosk. So
Alexander Skarsgård.
Oh, Alexander Skarsgård's on my list too, Monica.
Oh my God.
I said I'd feel protected by Alex. He's like 6'4", ripped with sad eyes.
Yeah.
Sad eyes.
I am ashamed to say that I loved him in Big Little Lies, where he was an abusive husband. That is sad. I should not have liked him, but I just couldn't stop looking. Adam Driver. Oh my God. I was walking around the other day and they had a picture of him looking straight into the camera. He's promoting some type of hero perfume for men. And I almost fell in the store when I saw him. Like, if I ever saw him. Is he the
guy from This Is Where I Leave You? Is that Adam Driver? Was he like the
from Star Wars? He's Kylo Ren. He's Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but was he the guy in the Marriage Story with Scarlett Johansson?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There's just cool. His voice and just.
So I don't find him that attractive, but.
He's not attractive at all. He's not beautiful at all. Sorry, Adam Driver. If you're listening to this, Adam Driver, I'm so sorry for saying that.
Sorry.
But you're still sexy as fuck to me. He's just so masculine. He's just so man. He's just such a man.
I get that, Monica, that sometimes nobody else can see what you can see about what makes somebody sexy. I get that.
So I hope he doesn't hold it against me,
Well, you'd want him to hold it against you. It sounds like it. Damn. You started lactating over there, Monica. Jeez.
Yeah. And Idris Elba and Tom Hardy.
Idris Elba, isn't he the British black guy? Is that it? Oh, yeah. That guy's awesome.
That voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
a manly man. Yeah, that's true.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. He's got a great voice. She's
getting excited over there.
Damn, Monica. Tess, you better hide that double-sided dildo, Jesus.
And Tom Hardy, oh my God. The way he sometimes looks at women with this look, I call it the penetrating look.
Oh, all right. See, Tom Hardy kind of reminds me of he's like a dirty hair in a salad.
What? What the hell does that mean?
I don't think he's that he's like, oh, he just looks dirty to me.
He is not dirty. Mickey Rourke is dirty.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, okay, maybe not, but I only know him from Venom, right? It's the guy from Venom, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they had him filmed. I just keep picturing him the way Venom was eating everything and he's getting thrown around. and all that milk and chicken.
I didn't like him in Venom. He did a show a few years ago on Channel FX where he was in love with his sister.
Oh, there you go.
I really liked him in that show. Yeah, that was a good show. Incest Tom Hardy, where he's like pining away for his sister and he gives her these like intense looks. That was what I wanted in it. That's what I needed. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you just like them because they're a strong silent type too. Like, that's why I like Luke Bracey. Luke Bracey was the guy in Point Break, the reboot of Point Break.
He's a good-looking
dude, and he just has that intensity about him.
I love that. I love when guys are intense.
He played the young version of the main character in The Best of Me, which was a Nick Sparks movie as well. He played the young character, and he was really good in that too, because he was being raised under an abusive father, and so he wasn't a real happy character, but he was in love. But he's got an intensity about him, and that's what I
think he was just in the new Elvis movie too.
He might have been, but I haven't seen that yet. So
he was.
That gives me a reason to watch it.
He's a handsome guy.
He was also in Violet with Olivia Munn, who's another one of my choices, but we'll get to that later. He was in Violet I didn't care for the movie, but I watched it because my two people on my list were in the movie, so had to watch it. But yeah, I liked him. But he was also in that stupid comedy Holiday on Netflix, and he played.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I like him in everything he's in.
Yeah, he's definitely a handsome guy.
I'm looking at pictures of him, Tess. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Right?
Yep. Intense. Right. I like
Well, my number 3, I'm going to jump to my number 3. And now I want to preface this with, this is prior to plastic surgery. So, okay, her name is Asa Akira, and she is just a flat-out porn star. Okay? She just messed up her face by doing all the plastic surgery. She's only 36 years old. You would think that if
Wait a minute, what is she famous for?
She's a porn star.
Oh, she really is a porn star. Okay.
Yeah. She's a porn star.
Got it.
You know?
Wow, I didn't even look in that category.
Well, to me, she's still a celebrity. She's all over the place.
No, you're right.
I watched this woman, like, she just takes on man after man and woman after woman, and I just want it to be my turn. I've been watching her for so long. I just want a turn. So if Asa Akira is listening, maybe my girl would say, all right, you could get a pass. She's in your top 3. You know, and I wouldn't even mind if they wanted to do it together. I would watch for 3 minutes. I'll give her the best 3 minutes of her life. Huh. But if you're going to look her up, like I said, prior to plastic surgery.
Well, how do you just have to like...
Just go on Pornhub.
Oh, you're saying look her up. Look at her older work, you're saying.
She's very attractive. But I could see a picture of her now. She definitely has a lot of work on her face.
Yeah, like, I don't know if there's... Yeah, I'm just seeing her on Google right now, and she's very pretty, yeah.
She's tiny, Brian.
Oh, yeah. Well, while you guys are drooling over Asa, I'll jump into another one for you guys. My number 2 dude to hang out would be like Joe Manganiello.
Oh, he's a sexy dude.
And Monica does not like him.
I do not like him.
He's sexy to look at.
He's too built.
Well, I said that this is the good thing. I put him in this category. I said he's bonus because he's married to Sofia Vergara.
I don't know how he does that. I don't know how he does couple.
That. But she's on my female list too, as an honorable mention, I think. But anyway.
She's beautiful until she opens her mouth. I'm sorry, that voice.
Well, I'd love for her to open her mouth. But I put on there, I would pay to watch these two have sex. Joe's such a big guy. He's like 6'5". I'd let him use me as a sex prop, and I wouldn't care which one of them they used it on.
Wow.
I do have to say, he is attractive. I'm not trying to say he's not attractive.
He's sexy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a sexy guy. He just does nothing for me.
If you look at him on Google, there's some sexy photos of that man. No two
I think he's a pretty handsome guy. And I've been told once or twice that I look like Joe Manganiello's little skinny brother.
And I could see that. Years ago, he was on One Tree Hill, and it was before he started working out. And wow, what a transformation.
You're the only other person other than my buddy Bobby Burns. He's a One Tree Hill freak, so I'm going to give Bobby a shout out for that.
I loved all of it. I loved One Tree Hill. I was a huge fan.
Was he skinny back then?
No, he wasn't skinny. He was a bigger guy, but he just wasn't, he hadn't found his muscles yet. He hadn't developed his muscular body yet.
I probably would have liked him then. I don't like bodybuilding types, so I don't like the way he looks now, but if he was skinnier and lean in the past, I would have definitely liked him.
No, he
Well,
wasn't
there you go.
skinnier. He just wasn't muscular.
It reminds me of that. You could segue into that guy that you like, the little Timothy Chalamet, whatever his name is.
I love Timothy
Chalamet.
Yeah.
Chalamet.
Yeah, Chalamet. He's like a little tiny, like
Chalamet.
15-year-old boy.
Oh my God. I could watch him in
What do you like
anything.
about him?
To me, he's dreamy. Like there's something dreamy about him. I don't.
Yeah, I have to say that
that's the only thing I can describe about him that comes to my, brain right now. He's
I have to
dreamy.
agree with her, Tess, because when we go see movies with him in it and everything, like he's one of those people you can't stop looking at. There's something about him. He's just, he's got every angle. There's a really nice look on every single angle of him.
I will say that I do not like seeing him in interviews because when he is in interviews, I can tell how young he is. And it's just, I just can't. He just seems like such a kid. So I only like to see him in movies.
You need to stop going and listening to these actors and people. Just stay on TV with them, Monica. Don't ruin it.
Oh, no, I love the interviews.
Well, some of them I do, Brian, but him, like the really young ones, I stay away from because I'm only reminded of how young they are. And I feel like a pervert.
All right, Tess, give us one. Come on.
Well, Zac Efron. I mean,
Oh, he's on my list too. And I put, he's
Zac
just
Efron.
dreamy and I want to have a beer with him.
you know what? He seemed like a really cool dude, but for me, it started when he got old enough to look like a man.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always cute.
Yeah. He was,
like
he
High
was,
School
he was like
Musical,
pretty.
17 again. He was pretty, yeah.
He was pretty. He kind of reminded
Yes.
me a lot of that kid that used to sing for Hanson. That kid was beautiful.
Yeah, he was pretty for sure. And I think I saw him when he was in his pretty phase at the gym by my work years ago, and he was good looking in person too. Like he passed by me at the gym at my work. But when he started with the Lucky One for me, when he was in the Lucky One, he started looking older, and he was that strong silent type in that movie, and just there was some good sex scenes in that movie, and that's where it started for me.
If I met Zac Efron, I think I'd get like giggly, like a little schoolgirl, like with a crush. I'd be like,
Yeah.
hi, Zac. Hi.
He has a very pretty face, but I also think he has a very kind face. I don't know. To me, his face
Yeah,
looks
I
kind,
agree.
and that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
I agree. He does have that. I think it's the roles that he plays too. He's so endearing.
Yeah, he's got a good variety.
Well, I want to go to my number 4. This girl, she was only in, I only saw her in like one movie, and I see her on Instagram a lot, but her name's Lindsay Watson. It's like 27 years old. She was in a movie called Finding Ohana. I think it was a Disney movie. I see her all over Instagram. She looks a lot like Shay Mitchell, but she's a bit young for me. I don't have the patience or the stamina or the back strength for that matter for a sexual encounter, although I would love to try. That I will say.
She's cute. She's cute.
Yeah.
You'd like the exotic ones.
I was showing my significant other all of my celebrity crushes, and she's like, babe, they all look exactly the same.
You know what? I love that about your relationship, that I can have that same conversation in my relationship.
Well, it's funny because
That's a good quality to have.
my
Yep.
person actually has a cousin who's an actress. She says,
Right.
is she going to be one of your celebrity crushes? I was like, well, she could be, but I did tell her my celebrity crushes could have been so simple. I could have summed it up with the entire cast of Crazy Rich Asians. The entire female cast.
You don't have a type, though.
But on the flip side here, my other one was the entire female cast of Coming to America. The first one.
Yeah.
When all those
Yeah.
girls came out dancing and all the ones that
Yeah.
were sponge bathing.
She's your queen.
Yeah, too big. Nice, Monica. How's it going?
That woman was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a guy singing. But yeah, I do have that relationship with her that I could pretty much say what I want. She's not a jealous type at all.
That's great.
And I told her too, look, if you ever see a celebrity crush that you want, let me know. I might agree with you.
Yeah. It's actually fun to compare celebrity crushes.
That is a good quality to have in a relationship where you can tell your partner that.
Yeah, you got to have fun with it. You can't be disrespectful
Yeah.
and gawk at people walking by, but
Sure you can. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
If I was married or in a relationship and Ben Affleck passed by, I would ask him to break up with J-Lo and to come with me. And I would leave my spouse
Is he
there.
with J-Lo now?
Yeah,
He's
with
they're
J-Lo.
back
Yes,
together.
it's the best thing ever. I love them together. But I would ask him to leave J-Lo.
She was another one on both of our lists, yours and mine, Brian.
Yes, yeah, she was. I actually put on there. If you don't know who J-Lo is, you're just dumb.
Yeah.
So J-Lo to me would be like, I would want her to be my best friend.
Really?
Yes. I love J-Lo.
Not me.
Literally
I adore
one of the sexiest
J-Lo.
human beings alive.
I follow her on Instagram. I love how hard she works, how she's like an empire. She's an icon.
Yeah.
I love J-Lo.
Hey, you know what I want to say? I'm very proud of myself for this. I'm looking at my list and I had put the ages down of these people. I don't know why. I just did. I noticed that the youngest person on my list is 27, which that's that Lindsay Watson I just spoke about. But everybody else is in their 40s, like late 30s, 40s, 50s. You know, I even got Elizabeth Hurley. Oh my God. At 56 years old, she could get it.
I'm not a fan.
She could still get it. She's beautiful. I don't care about her politics. I don't care about nothing. I'm just talking about purely looking at her.
I don't know her politics, but I'm not a fan of her. But I can see objectively that she's a beautiful woman. I do.
She is beautiful. She is.
Yeah. But that's kind of interesting that you're saying that most of them weren't young. I mean, I actually had a hard time typing this one out, but I actually put Shawn Mendes on mine, and the dude's only 23. And I'm like, this is so freaking inappropriate.
I hadn't thought of him, Tess, but when I saw him on your list, I remembered. I completely agree. He's very sexy.
That smile?
The hair? The curly hair?
The fact that he's Canadian?
No, you know what it is?
That's just the cherry on top.
You know what it is? Here it is. I have a thing for cleft chins. Men and women. Huge thing for cleft chin.
Oh, I thought you were talking about some Chinese person's name named Cleft Chin. What? Sorry, I misunderstood that.
But that and his smile together, cute.
And he's sweet, too. Have you heard him talking in interviews? He's very sweet.
Of course I have.
Yeah.
And he sings really good, guys. Don't forget that.
He does.
He's a great musician.
I don't care how he sings. I like it, like, as far as Celebrity Crush goes, I don't care how he sings. I do like his music, but it's just like the Celebrity Crush and the music thing, totally separate.
Oh, my. Tessa's like, you could stick a trumpet up his ass for all I don't care. I just think he's hot.
He's a cutie. I don't think it's right to think that about him because he's way too young, but alas, I had to include him.
We're human beings, Tess. It's okay.
It's okay. I have Timothée Chalamet on my list.
Right, that's right. Wait, how old is he?
Yeah, you do.
He's I think he's under 25.
Okay, so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much.
I think Brad Pitt at 58 years old. And that's another one. If you don't know who Brad Pitt is, then you're not human.
You're living under a rock. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I said, I like Brad Pitt, like Legends of the Fall Brad Pitt and like Ocean's 11 Brad Pitt. But I feel like Brad Pitt is a selfish guy. Like, I think that if you were going to be with Brad Pitt, I feel like Brad Pitt would come on you and then leave the room. Like, he wouldn't even let you finish. That's how I feel about Brad Pitt. I don't know.
I agree.
Wow.
Like, I get the sense that Brad Pitt is all about Brad Pitt.
I agree.
Like, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
I completely agree with you. Cause it's almost like he's grown, he's so old and he's grown older, very beautiful. He's aged very well. So he's just had an opportunity to be beautiful his whole life. And everybody's been throwing themselves at him for his whole life. So I just think
I agree. I think that
he's like, so you could tell he's narcissistic.
Yes, exactly. I feel like he's the lesser model of like, not looks wise, but I'm just talking about personality, like Tom Cruise. He'd be the one to like just, bukkake you and literally just walk away, not even give you a towel. Tom Cruise is just weird.
I've never found Brad Pitt attractive. Like, he was always such a big deal to everyone, and I was always like, what is the big deal? But then I saw him in Lost City, and I kind of thought he was attractive in that movie.
He was hilarious in Lost City.
Yeah.
He was really
he
funny.
does have a good sense of humor.
Maybe I just liked his character. Maybe that was it.
I think, yeah. I liked his character in Lost City, too. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Tess only liked him from Growing Pains when he was really young, apparently.
Was he in Growing Pains? Brad
Wasn't
Pitt?
he in Growing Pains?
That was Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, what was Brad Pitt was in one of those 80s TV shows.
Leonardo DiCaprio was in...
Did you say Crapio?
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Crapio. Wait, was that subconscious?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. It is probably a Freudian slip because he is he's pretty much a jerk. So speaking of beautiful men, I have to bring up Matt Bomer.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, everyone agrees.
I could look at that man all day long. I could look at his face. And I just be mesmerized.
I'm as straight as a grizzly's dick, and I feel the same way. He is just so beautiful.
Man.
He's just so beautiful. And I've seen who he's married to, and I'm like, you lucky son of a bitch. You get to see that all day long. Every day. You wake up to it every day.
It becomes
Is he gay?
Yeah, he's gay. Yes. I hate to tell you, it's not that beautiful when you're with somebody every day, all day long. They don't look that stunning anymore. It's a different kind of attractiveness.
I don't know, Tess. I don't know, Tess. I have to disagree with that one.
No, I think they are beautiful, but in a different way. I feel like your attraction to somebody, even if it grows over time, it's
like
different.
When I see his face, you know how like in the movies, when they make fun of you seeing a beautiful person, they put like a sound bite behind that person, like,
or when he smiles, you hear that little,
like,
teeth.
Like that's what I hear in my head when I look at Matt Bomer. Yeah.
He is beautiful. That's
my goodness.
about it.
Yeah, that I thought that was hysterical. You said, you got this one I would have sex with. This one I would do this one I would stare at all day long. I was crying. I was laughing so hard at that one.
Awesome. And everybody agreed.
I did the top 5, and then after that, I just did little things called honorable mentions and stuff like that. And then I have a wild card at the end. So my number 5, and I feel embarrassed about this because I can't even pronounce her name properly. Her name Sao Ye Ji. She was in the TV show on Netflix, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. She was the main star. She's Korean. That show was amazing.
Like she's so young.
She's actually 32.
Yeah, she's not that young. She just looks that young.
I feel bad because she's my number 5 and I can't pronounce her name. And I'm a little upset that she still hasn't friended me on Instagram. But, you know, it is, there's time for us, baby. I'll be waiting. I got you. But yeah, she to me is just like, oh God.
Komunyoung.
She's a beauty.
Komunyoung.
That was her name.
Yes.
It's Okay to Not Be Okay is one of Brian's and mine's favorite shows ever.
100%.
Oh, is that right?
100%.
I've never seen it.
We fell in love with that show.
We did.
We had this thing while we were working together that every year we would give, we would decide on which was the best TV show or movie that both of us loved that year. And for that year, it was It's Okay to Not Be Okay.
Yep. Hands down by a long shot. Rapid fire this because this is getting good.
Michael B. Jordan. Oh my God. Did you guys see him in Rocky? And he was,
he's fantastic.
Black Panther?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Oh my God.
He is so chiseled, it's ridiculous.
I like him, yeah.
The voice, the walk.
Yeah, he does have an amazing voice. It's so funny when you guys mention all these movies, I think of all the other characters.
He could be my boyfriend, but he's too young.
He is in the awkward moment with Zac Efron and Miles Teller. But Miles Teller, I'm sorry guys, but Miles Teller to me wasn't attractive back then. He's getting attractive now.
Well, I don't think Miles Teller is just at all attractive.
He's getting older now. He's not as pasty looking. He's like got that darker skin. He's got that more intensity in his face. But back in the awkward moment, I didn't find him attractive. But Zac Efron and Michael B. Jordan were in that movie together.
Yeah, he fell to the backside with those two on there.
Yeah, because if you're in a movie with Michael B. Jordan, he's going to overpower your presence no matter what.
I'm going to jump to one of my guys, too. Like a guy, right? David Beckham. So I look at this guy and I can't imagine. This guy is probably, in my opinion, with very close competition from Matt Bomer, right? One of the greatest DNA lottery winners ever. David Beckham is just perfect. I imagine this guy's got posters of himself all over his room and mirrors all over the place. Because that's what I would do if I were him.
It's interesting because he has a distinguished look about him, and then he also has a less distinguished look about. I mean, he's got different looks.
He's like a chameleon, but every chameleon is beautiful. Like every shade of that chameleon's color is woo.
He and Victoria definitely produced beautiful children.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, I would look at him before I looked at her. That's how beautiful the guy is.
I follow her and him on Instagram. And I have to say, the thing I love most about him is he looks so dedicated to his family. I know it's just an appearance. It's maybe not that way, but maybe he's just making it look that way. But he puts in a lot of effort to look like a great father and husband.
All right, so you would put Mary next to his name if you were going to put him on your list? He'd be a Mary?
I'd be friends with him.
What?
He's not my type. If I go by my category of Mary, I said Henry Cavill, Robert Pattinson. I really like Robert Pattinson.
He's got an intensity look about him, but I think he's a little different looking too.
Yeah.
I like his weirdness, his weird look.
Oh yeah. Well, then that fits. Yeah.
And I loved him in the Batman. I thought
he was great in that.
Oh,
but I don't think
great.
he's that good
He's
looking,
like,
though.
No, I'm not attracted to him either.
I do like him. I would marry him.
I see there's an intensity, but
and Keanu Reeves. I would marry Keanu Reeves just because
I like Keanu Reeves. I do. I like him.
Keanu Reeves is the bomb.
He's not
the most attractive. Like, it's not like I want to rip his clothes off or attack him, but I would marry him.
I think from what I've seen in researching him, I think I like him as a person.
Me too.
I really do. And I do enjoy movies I've seen him in too.
Like, I would go gardening with Keanu Reeves and have a conversation. Like, I'd go plant turnips and string peas with Keanu Reeves and just have a conversation about life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like Steve Howie. I think he's sexy.
So I had to look up Steve Howie.
Didn't you ever watch Shameless?
No.
Oh,
I did not.
Okay.
So I feel ashamed of that. But when I looked it up, I was like, I do remember this guy in some things.
He's been in movies. He's been in quite a few movies. And then he started his career in the Reba Show, but I didn't like him back then.
Okay.
He played Cheyenne's husband in the Reba Show, but I didn't like him back then. I like him now because he's like big and sexy, and he just is, he's quirky, and
he kind of looks like a little bit
funny.
like Channing Tatum.
It's not just his looks; it's his persona that I like. Yeah,
yeah. I guess. I guess I could kind of see it.
I like the masculine.
He's a very goofy, funny, and sexy persona to me. He was married to Sarah Shahi, who starred in Sex Life. They're not married anymore. I had a crush on her since she was in the L Word years ago. She's that face and that smile on that girl is just gorgeous.
Yeah, she really is beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't know who she was
tiny
until I just
me.
looked her up.
Well, you watched Sex Life, didn't you?
Yes. But I mean, I couldn't remember which one she was the main star, right?
Yeah, I love that show.
Oh, she had the greatest nipples.
So sexy.
I know
it's that.
I didn't care that she was cheating. I didn't care that she didn't know what the hell she wanted. I just like those sex scenes.
She was, she's a little too tiny for me, but she's beautiful.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
So
she does have great nipples, Brian.
Thank you, Monica. And I feel weird because I can never pronounce these women's names, but Nicole Scherzinger.
Oh, no, not her.
What's wrong with her?
She could have been my number 3 behind Maggie Q and replaced Asa Akira. But she would have to prove to me that she can fuck me like Asa Akira could. That would be the only way she could get swapped out.
Wow.
So I'm putting out a challenge.
Wow.
If you guys want to vie for my number 3 spot, check us out. 2.5 Chicks. Come check us out.
I'm sure they can't wait.
They will be knocking on your door any day now, Brian.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I'm going to make sure I put cologne on every day.
I think she's beautiful, you guys, but just seeing her on The Masked Singer, I can't stand her anymore.
I don't watch that.
Really?
Every time she opened her mouth, she was screaming.
That's what I'm looking for.
Brian likes the crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, somebody is either attractive or unattractive based on how they behave. I swear. Like, the most beautiful people can turn you off, and the most...
You're absolutely right about that.
I agree.
Wouldn't think are attractive could be, like, super attractive. For me, it's much more than just looks. But sometimes it's just looks.
I had more females on my list. I just was so gushing so much about Anne Hathaway that I forgot about the other females. Other females that would make me convert: Gemma Chang.
She's on my list, Monica. She's an honorable mention.
Yeah, she's just gorgeous.
I never heard of her, but she's gorgeous.
God, she is so beautiful.
She is really beautiful.
She's in Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl. I hadn't heard of her by name. I did see that movie.
There was a TV show that came out. Humans. And she was
so
amazing.
Stunning in Humans. And anything she wears just looks beautiful. She could wear like a potato sack and she'll look beautiful in it. And then I think...
I'd like her to put on my sack. So that would be
Margot Robbie is drop dead sexy. Gorgeous.
Wait, she's the blonde girl? Wait.
Yes. And it's not my type, Monica, but I agree. I remember her from Pan Am. Remember that TV show, Pan Am?
Yes.
That's where I first saw her. I was like, who the hell is that?
the thing about her is that even when she came out onto the scene, she was very young when she finally, came out, she became famous. A lot of women her age, I think she came out in her early 20s, they still look like girls at that age. She looked like a woman. She's always looked like a woman. And she's
like
just so sexy. She's got that raspy voice and the big blue eyes. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I got to warm my arm up for tonight because usually it's not my type. But she is one blonde, blue-eyed woman that can get it. She can get it. Yeah, and that's not my type, but she is a rare commodity.
And then I have to round it out for the females with the sexiest bitch I've ever seen. She's over 70. And if you see her in her youthful days, like scenes, she is just drop dead gorgeous. She still is. Helen Mirren. Oh my God.
I looked her up in her younger days. I think she's classy, but I don't see sexy. I think she's very classy.
Yeah, I don't either.
Even her younger days, but I mean, she was pretty, but I just don't. She exudes more classiness to me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that
Maybe that's
too.
what I like about her, that she's so classy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can be so classy that could be sexy to you, of course.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. She's just classy to me.
Well, I know I had a woman on my list that I think maybe Tess or Monica had. I'm not sure. Eva Mendes.
I didn't have her.
I did not have her.
Oh, sorry. That was just me thinking twice. Sorry about that.
Thinking twice.
She's just gorgeous.
You're just
I
wishing
love
for
that
two
woman.
of her. I get it. Yeah, she's very exotic.
She's
looking.
married, or I don't know if she's married to him or not, but her partner is Ryan Gosling, which I think he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
The Notebook,
I
Drive,
never got into Ryan Gosling.
La La Land.
Never.
Do, 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 do.
I never got into that dude.
Yeah, I don't think he's
I
that.
don't know why.
No.
I don't think he's that great looking either, but those movies are fantastic.
The first time I saw him in a movie was with Sandra Bullock and I think Michael Pitt, where the two guys were like trying to date her or kill her. I don't remember. I just fell in love with him at that day.
Okay. Come on, Tess, give us another one.
Olivia Munn.
Oh, Olivia Munn. Yeah. She is beautiful.
I'm telling you, she's exotic, Brian.
Yeah.
You should like her.
I know, but I don't know what it is. Yes, I maybe she could have made my honorable mention list.
I think what it started for me was she was in the first Magic Mike, and she was the one that he was like banging on the side.
Right.
And I just found her so sexy in that movie. And then everything I've seen her in since, that beautiful long hair, those beautiful eyes, like those, I don't know, I think she's the most exotic
definitely is
crush
an
I have.
exotic person. Definitely.
I love her voice.
I'm just really invested in my list. I put a lot of time and effort with these women. I'm just saying, like, I would love to have her on my list, but I am so in love with Shay Mitchell and Maggie Q that I everybody else, it just kind of falls to the wayside.
What about Olivia Wilde? Do you like Olivia Wilde?
Olivia Wilde can look really beautiful, and there's times where I don't think she looks very beautiful, but she like in the Change Up, she was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But then there's other times where she's been very less. I don't. What's the word I'm looking for? Glamorous, maybe.
That's fair. I think the sexiest thing about her is her laugh. If you ever just listen to her,
she's got a great
just
laugh.
the greatest
She does.
laugh.
Yeah.
It like sounds real every time. Like it's not a fake acting laugh. It just sounds like it's from the gut, right? It's a bellow laugh. It's wonderful.
She does have a beautiful face. No two ways about it. She's definitely a beautiful girl.
So I'm gonna fire off two of them back to back. I love Zoe Saldana. I think she's just beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
I would love to have sex with her dressed up as the Guardians of the Galaxy girl, like in green. Gamora. I would love that. I would just go all over that. That would be so cool. And the other one is Halle Berry, especially after watching Catwoman. Even though the movie was horrible, boy, did she fit that suit so good. And Monsters Ball, that scene with her and Billy Bob. Halle Berry. Yeah.
Honestly, I was trying to picture in my head who has ever had the sexiest love scene in a movie for me, and I can't remember.
You want to go backwards again? You're going back two
backwards.
episodes?
No, I'm thinking
That's just her favorite subject, Brian.
I know. It's so true,
Sexy.
man. That Monica is one horny devil.
You think?
Monica's pent up frustration.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get out
I really
there.
do. I really do.
What do you guys What do you guys think of Zendaya? You think
Oh,
she's
yes,
pretty?
I like her.
I,
She looks good in anything.
I think Zendaya is pretty.
yeah, I think she's pretty.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say she's a crush. She's just pretty. She's just, oh, yeah.
No, she's not a crush for me.
Yeah,
either, but
I agree.
I think she has the best fashion style out there right now. She looks great in anything.
Does
yeah. She I love how she dresses and the choices she makes. It's like part of her whole image.
Yeah, she's very hip.
And
Yeah.
she works with a stylist that's very famous. His name is, I believe it's Law Roche. And between the two of them, they've created iconic styles on red carpets all over the place.
Well, I'm not much of a fashion person, so I like a lot of that stuff is lost on me, but that's cool.
I like it best when it's on my bedroom floor.
Right?
That fashion. My last and not least, she has me under a spell that I can't figure out. And there's something about her that drives me crazy when I watch her on film. And I would love to just spend a weekend with her and just walk on the beach and chat and let's see what happens type person. Keira Knightley.
Oh, no.
Yes. That's what I said. She has me under some type of weird spell. She looks nothing like my type. Nothing at all. But she's got me under.
Yeah.
She's like eating KFC. You can't stop eating KFC. Same thing. I can't
Guys
stop
freaking
her.
love
Keira
her.
Knightley's not KFC.
Guys love her.
No, I meant like that spicy, wonderful chicken. She's just this something I can't stop with her.
I can't figure it out for the life
No,
of me.
neither can we. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, goodness. Can you
She
say
has good
obsessed?
lips.
People love her.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, you made me think about a sex scene, Brian.
Shocking.
It's a very sad movie, but one of the sexiest sex scenes. What is that movie where it was World War II and her sister accused James McAvoy? Atonement. She and James McAvoy had the sexiest sex scene in that movie. Even though the movie was fucked up, it had a fucked up, ending.
Okay, I'm gonna segue into this. I don't mean to go back into sexiest sex scenes. Please forgive me, listeners, for this, but I just watched a movie. I sent you a message the other day, text, called My Days of Mercy with Kate Mara and Ellen Page. And let me tell you, that is some serious spank-dravision.
Ooh, okay.
There are some...
Wait, two chicks?
There's two chicks. Yep. Kate Mara and Ellen Page. And Ellen Page looks like a little boy. But the fact of the matter is, they were going at it, and it looked like they were really going at it.
What's the name
again? You
again?
have to watch it. It's called My Days of Mercy.
Well, Ellen Page isn't Ellen Page anymore. Ellen Page is
Elliot.
It's like
transition to a man.
Ellie or Eldberg or
Elliot,
something.
yeah.
Elliot
Page.
What was the other girl's name?
Kate Mara.
Kate.
She's one of the
M-A-R-A.
Mara sisters. One of the Mara sisters.
Mara.
Yeah. If you guys...
Oh, she's pretty.
If you guys are girls that are on the fence and don't know if you like girl on girl stuff, give it a check.
Oh, I know.
And if you're a guy, just look at it.
I gotta look. I got it on the list. I think you told me about it, and I put it on my watch list.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the female version of Brokeback Mountain.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of storyline, but give it a shot. Sorry to digress out of celebrity crushes, but that's all I got.
I think I think there's one that I wanted to mention that I didn't mention, and that was talking about, I think I thought about her when you guys were talking about side boob too, but Selma Hayek.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I mean, just a voluptuous, beautiful, sexy Latin woman.
I agree, Tess, but I think the only reason I didn't put her on my list is because Antonio Banderas kept overshadowing her in all of their scenes together, because Antonio was just the bomb.
No way! How can he overshadow another Latin beauty?
I get it,
They complement
but because
each other.
ever since she did that one movie with Gil, what was the movie, Monica? Latina woman. She did the activist with the hair, Frida.
Oh, Frida. No, that was
Frida,
she was an artist.
the
She was an artist.
Yeah, whatever it was. Oh my
The
God.
eyebrow, yeah.
The eyebrow scared me.
I
always remember her scene in From Dawn to Dusk.
Or Desperado.
Is
Yeah.
that the one where she was dancing on the table, slithering all over the place? Is that From Dawn to Dusk?
She's
my God. Have you
beautiful.
seen that scene?
Oh, absolutely.
Tess, have you seen that?
No.
Watch
I need
it.
to see it.
Watch it. You will not regret it.
I think that movie's on my watch list already.
Just watch that scene.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be doing a sack dump tonight after this conversation.
Your
This is
girl's
great.
going to get it tonight, Brian.
I wish. We just found out that yesterday. That ain't going to happen.
This is a bit of a long episode, but I have one more question. Like, I shared with you before, Brian, that my husband had this expression. You mentioned it earlier that sometimes there's just some cool celebrities that he's just like, I wish I could sit down and have a beer with that person. And in that vein, I think there's a couple of people that I think are kind of badass women that are older. And I was thinking, like, Jodie Foster, to me, is one of the most interesting and kick-ass women. I would love to sit down and have a beer with Jodie Foster.
I would like to sit at that same table.
She's done a really good job of staying out of the fray in Hollywood. You know, she's lived her life authentically, been who she is, and she's done, I think, work that's really relevant to her. And I just think she's really cool.
I agree.
That's J-Lo to me. I would totally love to sit down and talk with J-Lo about what she does, her life. I'd like to be her best friend.
I think I'd like to sit down and have a beer with Gordon Ramsay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just think, he's just brilliant. He's just such a brilliant guy, you know. I would love to sit down and have a conversation with him.
I think Angela Bassett is really badass too. She's cool.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's like ripped and she's strong.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
We could go on. This is actually a whole nother topic, to be honest.
Oh, I could, just talking here is just making me think up names of people I think are utterly beautiful. I'm thinking, other names I had also, are Benjamin Bratt, the guy from Crazy Rich Asians, Henry Golding.
Yeah, Henry Golding. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All the guys from BTS, I think, are so pretty and so nice to look at.
Wait, BTS. What's that?
That's a Korean pop band. Yeah.
Oh, I like the primetime actor Jason George. I think he's really sexy. He was on Grey's Anatomy as Bailey's husband, and he's on Station 19.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I had to look him up. Yeah.
He's a beautiful man.
Grey's Anatomy had way too many good-looking people on there. Way too many.
Good-looking people, yeah. They kill them all
Talking
off.
about TV shows, I know, right? I was looking at an article the other day. Issa Rae is so freaking beautiful, and she makes great shows.
She's pretty and she's funny.
Oh
she's
my
very
God,
funny.
she's so beautiful. She's another one I could look at all day long.
Yeah, there are a lot of them. So guys, close us out on this one.
I would like to thank the celebrity crushes that I mentioned in this episode because they keep me happy by being so sexy that I can have as many fantasies as I want. Their fantasies keep me happy. And for the record, no matter who I'm with in the future, if one of them passes me by in the street, I will drop what I'm doing. I will elope with them and run off wherever they want.
I'll especially drop my pants. I'll give them anything they want. That's what she was saying. And I would like to say to all my celebrity crushes, thank you for being beautiful specimens of people. You are absolutely stunning. There's a reason you guys are celebrities and I'm hiding behind a microphone. But the fact of the matter is I still have the number 3 slot open for anybody that would like to take the 3 spot. I would just need a sexual encounter. Not that I haven't had sex with all of you already, but just once I would like for one of you to be in the room with me. So thank you, and I really appreciate you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to 2.5 Chicks. We would love to hear from you. Questions, comments, or give us a suggestion about something you'd like to hear us chat about. You can email us at 2.5chickspod@gmail.com. And please go on over to Instagram and follow us there at 2.5chicks. We'll be back again next week. See you then.